Poor Princess Dory was crying and shaking in bed, feeling so alone and afraid. She couldn't believe that Prince Gill wasn't there to help her through this nightmare. She tried calling out to him, but he didn't wake up. All she could do was lie there in bed and cry as the tears poured down her cheeks. Suddenly, she felt a gentle hand on her shoulder and heard a familiar voice saying, "Princess Dory, it's okay. You're safe now." Yes, Princess Dory moved her head and saw Prince Gill Moorish sitting up next to her. He had woken up and noticed that she was crying. He immediately put his arms around her and held her close, trying to comfort her. "It's okay," he said softly. "You're safe now." He rubbed her back gently, trying to help her calm down. "It was just a nightmare. You're safe here with me." Yes, Prince Gill Moorish said a word to Princess Dory, asking her if she was okay. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked softly. "You were having a nightmare." He rubbed her back gently, trying to comfort her. "It's all right," he said reassuringly. "It was just a nightmare. You're safe now. I'm here for you." Poor Princess Dory was crying uncontrollably, trying to explain what had happened in her nightmare. She was so afraid and anxious that she couldn't stop herself from shaking. She hugged Prince Gill Moorish tightly, trying to find comfort in his arms. "I'm so sorry," she said through her tears. "I had another nightmare." She took a deep breath and tried to calm down, but the tears kept flowing down her cheeks. "It was so real," she whispered softly. "I don't want to be alone anymore." Yes, Princess Dory was so terrified and anxious that her nightmare felt so real. She started crying uncontrollably again and tried to explain what had happened to her. "You were hurting me," she said through her tears, "and you said you lied. You always hated me." She took a deep breath and tried to calm down again, but the tears kept flowing. "You slapped me on my face, and it hurt so much," she whispered softly. She held back the tears as best she could, but they continued to fall down her cheeks. Poor Princess Dory was struggling to contain her emotions as she tried to explain her nightmare to Prince Gill Moorish. And then, she said, taking a deep breath and trying to keep calm. But the tears kept falling, and she was so afraid and anxious that she couldn't hold them back anymore. "I was so scared," she whispered softly. "I don't want this nightmare to ever happen again." She wiped away the tears that were streaming down her cheeks and buried her head in Prince Gill Moorish's chest, desperately needing his comfort and support.
Talkie, Dream AI, Wonder Kingdom.